Welcome along, Chelsea fans. How are you all doing? This is another live match commentary, the ball by ball coverage. Hopefully, you're all good. How have you all been? What's been going on? What are you thinking about the team that's been selected today? Lack of videos. Let me get you started straight away on the stream by talking about lack of videos on the channel. My dad's funeral was last weekend, last Friday. and the weekend was a bit of a write-off, as you can imagine, and back to work this week. Very busy, but I'll be back on the channel with some videos this week upcoming. And I won't be doing the Napoli game because it's not on the UK TV. It's on BT, and I haven't got BT, so I'll be doing that. Talking about that beforehand and afterwards, hopefully, and then back on to another video, hopefully. Anyway, so how are you all doing? Hopefully you're good. Hopefully you haven't been too bad. And yeah, so let me know. Come and say hello in chat. Subscribers, come and say hello. What do you think of the Chelsea team today? No Cole Palmer. Again, managing his injury. I said it at the time back in the last summer or beginning of last season when they were talking about Cole Palmer and his groin problem that he had, saying that he's probably faced with, if he had surgery, 6 to 8 months out. And of course, that means that his World Cup place is in danger. And I think that has been a push from Palmer, rightly so. He wants to play in the World Cup. And Chelsea sort of agreed to it in the end to try and manage it. And hopefully it got better. And as we all know, it hasn't got better. And it's probably, if anything, it's probably a bit worse now. So I think what's going to happen is that Cole Palmer's going to have to go under the knife and he's going to miss the World Cup. So let's just see what happens. Hopefully not. But he's not available today. Liam Rosenior has come out and said he's not quite there today. So no Palmer, but he will be hopefully featuring or at least put himself in a position where he can feature against Napoli in a massive, massive game in the Champions League for both clubs, but predominantly for Chelsea to make sure that we get in that top 8 and we qualify automatically for the next stage and don't have to go for a playoff. Anyway, the Chelsea team, as we've all seen, by now you've all seen it on social media, the Chelsea team is Sanchez is in goal. Right back is Reece James, reverts back to right back. Cooker on the left. Badiashile and Chalobah in the middle. Midfield 2 is Andre Santos comes in. Obviously, there's that connection with Rosenior. Andre Santos is a good player. He's going to play next to Moises Caicedo, which frees up Enzo to step up into a number 10 position with Pedro Neto, and Esteval gets to start today. Alongside him, supporting João Pedro up front. I think we should stick with Liam Delap up front. I think you need to stick with him and give him a run of games starting because that's when he'll get his momentum, his rhythm, and that's when he'll start scoring. In and out, in and out. It's not helping anybody, and we shall see. So anyway, some comments in chat. 2-0 victory incoming, says Nathomatics. Martin, how are you, mate? I'm not too bad. Stefan says, yeah, at this point, he's going to end up like Lav if he doesn't get the surgery. Exactly, yeah. Talking about Cole Palmer. Dangerous game, this one today, I have to say. Crystal Palace. Mateta, linked with a move away. Looked like it was going to be Juve, but there's Premier League teams in for him. I like Mateta. I think he's old school centre forward, but I still think Delap can be that player for us. So let's see. But I still think, as I said, Delap needs a run of games. So there's 3 games playing simultaneously today. You've got Brentford against Forest. You've got Villa against Newcastle at Newcastle and Chelsea against Palace at Crystal Palace before the weekend's big game where Arsenal take on Man United. Resurgent United, after one game, they're resurgent, according to the press. Anyway, Chelsea need this win today. We need the win because push us into the top 4 reckoning. And we got away with one last weekend. The results went for us. A lot of teams lost last week. Martin, yeah, it does seem like a balanced 11. It does, I have to say. I like the Santos and Caicedo pair in the middle of midfield. Andre Santos doesn't get the recognition, I think. He will do eventually, but at the moment he doesn't get the recognition. A bit like Enzo. Enzo doesn't get the recognition for what he does with the ball at his feet, the quality that he's got. And, yeah, hopefully we can put in a good performance. Options on the bench, as always. But as we said, no Cole Palmer. So this is the ball-by-ball match coverage. Ball-by-ball live commentary. not a watch along, actual ball by ball coverage. So thank you so much for joining, coming along, say hello early. Stefan says, yeah, if we lose top four looks tough to make. Potentially. And there'll be a new series coming up on the channel as well. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks. With someone that you may know from the Chelsea YouTube scene. It's hopefully my first guest. So anyway, we shall see. Excuse me. Frog in my throat. Yeah, it's a big game, this one. Huge game for us today. And all I want to see Chelsea play well. I want to see us play front foot attacking football. Now, in midweek in the Champions League against Paphos, they turn up, put 11 men behind the ball, packed the midfield and forced Chelsea out wide. And it was a real struggle. Chelsea couldn't break the team down because we kept playing too slow. When Chelsea play too slow, we play into the opposition's hands. Simple as that. When we play fast-paced attacking football, I've been saying it for years. It doesn't matter who's in the team. That's the way that we play. Blue Lions, do you know why Palmer's left isn't in the squad? Injury, basically. They're protecting him, I think. The bigger game is Napoli. Palmer's having to manage his groin problem, and he's going to have surgery at some point. Should have had it. Didn't want it because of the World Cup chances. Think it's been made worse, if you ask me. So, yeah, I just think basically that's what's happening. They're managing him. So we shall see what happens. But there's a lot of rumours about Cole Palmer talking about the fact that they reckon he's unhappy and all this. He isn't unhappy at Chelsea. He's just got this ongoing injury problem. And maybe being a little bit homesick, maybe. But apart from that, I don't think he's unhappy at Chelsea. As far as the football in the club goes. Anyway. I think if Palmer's homesick and stuff like that, I think if Palmer has got stuff going on outside of football and he wants to return back to the area, then fair play. If he wants to return to the area, he returns to the area. So I don't think anyone can stand anyone's way. I don't think that it's happening now. I don't think that Palmer wants out now. So let's just see. But I believe, my own personal opinion, is I believe that Cole Palmer will have to have surgery and he'll be out of the World Cup. I think he'll play one or two, couple more games, and then he'll just be like, no, this is not happening. This is not working. It's almost as if he's playing one game and then having 10 days off or 2 weeks off and then playing another game because trying to get the injury to settle down, the groin injury. But something like that, if he has to have surgery to repair it, he's going to have the surgery and he's going to be out. So I expect that to happen, and I expect Cole Palmer to miss the World Cup, unfortunately. But he's got plenty of time to get to a few more, which no doubt that he will. But yeah. Anyway, we're 7 minutes from kickoff here. Can you give me some score predictions apart from the first one in chat? 2-0 to us. Palace are a dangerous team. Got an attacking front three still. Mateta's still a handful. I'm wondering why. I'm sort of wondering if that's the reason Badiashile was playing. If he's planning to deal with Mateta. Obviously, Chalobah played for half a season with him last year. He knows Glasner's approach to the games. He knows the players. And it's still amazing to think, isn't it? If you think about it, about the fact that Trevor Chalobah was nearly sold last season. It's scandalous. Anyway. So, waiting for the players to come out. Selhurst Park looks cold. Looks a bit wet. The fans are in the stadium ready. Chelsea fans too. Made the trip. "3-1, says Martin. So, here's a stat for you on Sky. Chelsea are unbeaten the last 16 Premier League meetings against Crystal Palace. Palace's last win versus Chelsea at home was in 2017. Palace have not won of the last 7 Premier League games, and Chelsea have just won 2 of the last 10. Palace have 105 points under Glasner, the 7th most in the Premier League since his first game. Chelsea have not won in the last 5 Premier League away games, drawn 3, lost 2. Palace have not won in the last 7 home games in all competition, drawn 4, lost 3. And Liam Rosenior has won 3 of 4 games as the Chelsea head coach. He's lost 1 game, but he's won 3 of 4. 4 different competitions. But we're through the busy Christmas period. Christmas, historically, has been awful for Chelsea. And it proved to be the case once again. So the players, the referee, it's a bit of a weird setup at Palace. You've got the Crystal Palace team are in a little bit of a tunnel thing they've got, with the referee standing in front of them. The Chelsea players come off to the side down some steps, and there they go. How strange! What a strange setup it really is. Anyway, so Palace and Chelsea led out by Reece James in their white away strip today. Chelsea. Good performance here today. Start the game well, get an early goal, settle us down, and kick on. When you play Crystal Palace in their place, it's raucous. They've just lost Gurhey, an absolute steal of 20 million. Why don't we go in for him at 20 million? It's a ridiculous situation. I've got to turn my notifications off on my phone. I don't want to see anything before we actually experience it live. So notifications, let's turn Chelsea off. And let's turn X off as well as SofaScore and Sky, so I don't get any update. All I want to do is experience the game like you guys. So if you are going to put comments in chat, please nobody put any comment about the score before it happens, because I'm watching it on the Sky Sports app, bought and paid for. But as you know, when you stream, it's a minute delayed. Here's the teams. Crystal Palace. Glasner, who's leaving at the end of the season, done a good job there. He's obviously the manager. So, in goal, Dean Henderson for Palace. Back 3, Richards, Lacroix and Canvo. Don't expect me to remember all these names. Munoz, Wharton, Lerma and Mitchell as the 3-4-3 formation. 3 up front for Palace. Sarr, Brennan Johnson and Mateta. 3-4-3, the famous 3-4-3 that Amarin couldn't work at United. On the bench for them is Benitez, Jeremy Pino, Uche, Hughes, Sosa, Imre, Riyad, Rodney and Devaney. Chelsea team, managed by Liam Rosenior. He's done all right so far. Sanchez in goal. Back 4, Reece James reverts to the right-back position. Mark Cucurella on the left-hand side. And Trevor Chalobah and Benoit Badiashile in next to him, maybe to deal with Mateta and Mateta's height. Midfield 2, Andre Santos, Moises Caicedo. Dave, how are you, mate? The 3 behind the striker, Esteval on the right, Enzo and Pedro Neto on the left. Up front, João Pedro. I said it before, I'll say it again, I still think Liam Delap should be starting these games. Anyway, on the bench, Sharman Lowe, Delap, Gittins, Hato, Gusto, Fofana, Achampong, Guiu and Garnacho. Strong bench. Cole Palmer, not in the squad at all due to injury. And managing the ongoing problem with his groin that he's got. Focus on Glasner as he walks from the tunnel past the Palace fans, clapping them, applauding them and waving to them. They're giving it back to him, to be fair. Clapping him and showing him appreciation. Probably appreciate his honesty, to be fair. We all expected him to be sacked last week after what he said. But somehow he remains. And he goes straight up to Liam Rosenior. So, about to get this game underway. Remember, watching this on the Sky Sports app, bought and paid for. 1 minute delayed, so please, nobody put anything in chat. No spoilers in chat. It's Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. focuses on Sarr at the minute. Ismaila Sarr. Most runs on average above anyone in the Premier League in 90 minutes. So as we're watching the game, Chelsea are kicking from right to left. We're going to kick the game off as well. Looks like it's going to be Enzo kicking off. Massive game, this one. Massive game for Chelsea. Need to win this game. 100%. So, referee's about to get us underway. And we do. Go straight back to Sanchez, outside of his box. Takes one touch away from him. And then Palace back off to the halfway line. So he literally comes up to the bottom of the centre circle and then launches it out to his left-hand side. And we can't get there, but their header finds Caicedo, brings it down under control, nice and simple. Badiashile goes back to Sanchez. Under pressure from Sarr, but nice and easy, goes back to Sanchez. He nice and simple, gives it one more to Reece James on the right, inside to Chalobah. Badiashile. And then to Pedro Neto, starting on the left-hand side. Good little flick ball around the defender and Cucurella's away. Cucurella over halfway. Drives it halfway inside thereafter and plays a high ball across to the right-hand side. It's avoided. Everyone comes to Esteval. Outside of him on the overlap. I'm not sure who that was. Somebody was on the overlap. It was Enzo Fernandez. It was good from Cucurella, but he fired across goal, across the edge of the penalty box, and João Pedro couldn't get hold of it. It come to Esteval, and Enzo made a run in the penalty box behind him, and it got a deflection, went away for a corner at Chelsea. So good early start from us. But good little interplay between Pedro Neto and Cucurella. Corner from the left-hand side, our left-hand side, in-swinging right foot from Reece James. One arm aloft, as you normally see. He normally aims for that near post, and he's done it again. And it evades everyone, but this time it hits Trevor Chalobah and goes out of play for a Crystal Palace goal kick. A good early move from Chelsea down that left-hand side. Henderson, the captain now, by the looks of it, in Gurhi's absence. Just knocks the ball to Lacroix and to whoever else that is. Mitchell on the left-hand side. Long ball up to halfway. Mateta up against Badiashile. It's actually Chalobah. And then Badiashile knocks it back to Sanchez. Palace are pressing high, but Chelsea managed to just play through at the moment. Just playing little triangles at the minute to try and just break away or break down Palace's press. And now Palace back off, which allows us to play it across the back four. Cucurella, Caicedo halfway inside his own half, and he goes square to Andre Santos, finds Enzo, just knocks it back inside to Reece James, who turns away from Brennan Johnson and goes back square to Badiashile, then Chalobah, back to Badiashile. First time ball into the feet, looking for Enzo, who waited for the ball to come to him, and Palace step in front and win it back. But then they win it and go back to the goalkeeper, Henderson. He goes square to the centre half, Lacroix, I think it is. Takes a touch. One more to the right-hand side, and it goes back again to the goalkeeper. João Pedro's after him. He goes one more to the Palace defence, and then Wharton drops in and says, give him the ball and I give it to him. Plays it forward to Mateta, up against Badiashile. He's gone down. So he's been held by Badiashile, and the referee's given it. Free kick to Palace on the halfway line. But he's just putting his body in the way here. And we should just stand up there. There's no need to give stupid free kicks away. Palace goes square, out the right-hand side, then left-hand side to Wharton. He swings a high ball over the left-hand side to Brennan Johnson. Just knocks it back. And Palace just playing back to their centre-back, Lacroix, halfway inside his own half. Chelsea pressing them. Dropped deeper to the edge of his own box here. Playing along their back three, and it's gone back to the keeper. Pressured by Esteval, and he gets the ball away. Over halfway, Mateta up against Badiashile, and he's turned Badiashile. It looked like he did, and he's gone over, but the referee says no free kick. Chalobah back to Sanchez, being pressed by Mateta. Sanchez left foot swinger up towards halfway, this left-hand side. Neto goes down under a challenge from the fullback, but referee says no. Palace mop up. Play it back inside their own half. Playing out of defence. Just 10-yard ball further forward to Brennan Johnson. He swings it out left-hand side. First time ball. Looking for Mateta, but Mateta's been blocked off. He's not there. It goes straight through to Sanchez. So Palace's back three are quite narrow defensively. And they asked the two wing-backs to get back alongside. Anyway, we've gone short with a goal kick. Sanchez to Chalobah, to Reece James, back to Chalobah, back to Sanchez, and now back to Chalobah again. He plays it forward into the hole to Enzo. Fernandez. He finds Esteval up the line, takes on the defender. Defender dives in. Mitchell, and he's won himself a throw-in. 10 yards inside their half. Chelsea take it short to James, takes a touch, goes back to Chalobah playing right-hand side of the two centre-backs. Badiashile gets it from Sanchez, back to Chalobah, halfway inside our own half at the minute. One more to Reece James. Long ball forward, looking for Esteval. Over everybody, unfortunately. Goes all the way through to Dean Henderson. Henderson collects it by 6-yard box and just strolls casually over to the right-hand side and gives it to Lacroix. He gives it one more to the other centre-back on the right-hand side here. Pressed by Pedro Neto to Wharton. And we've won it off of him. Well done, Casido, but Pedro Neto's first touch was bad. Anyway, ball's played up to Mateta. He's held off Chalobah. They've got a runner. It's Munoz on the right-hand side. Level the edge of our penalty box. Munoz takes a touch. He's got a man in loads of spaces. Mateta. Well done, Casido, getting back on side to block the shot from outside the penalty box and deflects away. And it's then played all the way back to Dean Henderson. He gives one to Richards, to Lerma, Lacroix, right-hand side here. Munoz likes to get forward inside to Wharton, just inside of our half. Pressed by Casillas, so goes backwards to Lacroix, then Richards again. Richards under pressure from Esteval. Lacroix drops halfway inside his own half with the ball at his feet. One more here for Palace. Wharton, no option, has to go back to Henderson. Good from Chelsea. Nice and good pressure inside their half. They got the ball outside the penalty box in a minute, Crystal Palace. Lacroix's got it right hand side of the penalty box. Pressure by João Pedro. One more wide. Ball's played forward, but Badiashile wins it and heads it inside to Casido. Holds off a challenge from Wharton. Wharton bundles him over. Referee says free kick to Chelsea. Casido wins a free kick and he's literally centre circle. Canva gave the free kick away. Played to the right-hand side and up to Esteval, but he's got nowhere to go, so goes back to Reece James. Chalobah, bottom of the centre circle, to Casido. Little dink ball to Andre Santos. Cucurella bit goes backwards. Pedro Neto, back to Badiashile. Chelsea are too slow again. Chalobah, James. There's Esteval comes short. Then Enzo Fernandez comes inside and looks for that give and go, but Palace step in and just deflect the ball away. Deep inside our own half here, and Chalobah's picked it up. 5 yards to his left is Badiashile. Then to Pedro Neto. Badiashile, loose control. He's given the ball away. Mateta inside the penalty box. Mateta shoots. Good save, Sanchez. Badiashile, honestly. Sanchez, well done. Stupid Badiashile, bad first touch. He gets shut down by Sarr and Mateta, and then Mateta's away. He's inside of our penalty box, and he gets about 8 yards out. He tries to go across Sanchez, and Sanchez does brilliant. He stands up, and he waits, and he waits. And as soon as he shoots, he sticks his foot out Sanchez and deflects the ball away. That is a massive chance for Mateta. He's literally one-on-one, and he's missed it. Good save, Sanchez. And it went out from Sanchez, went out for a throw-in, not a corner. Anyway, it's argy-bargy at the near post. Mateta with Badiashile and Enzo Fernandez. They grabbed hold of his shirt here, pulling it about. That's what the referee's saying. The referee's saying it's all being watched on screen. So the Juan Andre Santos, Sarr and Casido, Mateta and Badiashile, all at the near post, trying to surround. Corner comes in. Someone's gone down off the ball. Referee says nothing. It's gone back out to the corner taker, then to Munoz. Out on his right wing, Richards and Munoz. And then well done, Cucurella forces the error. It's a Chelsea throw-in. Hold on. VAR looking at that incident where someone goes down inside the box. It was Lerma. So Lerma's come running round and goes forward. And Casido and Cucurella are with him. And he goes down and there's nothing in it. And yeah, I'm happy with that. VAR have basically said, no, you're right. Nothing happened in that. Anyway, because Cucurella's got the frame, level the edge of our penalty box left-hand side. Badiashile launches it up to halfway. João Pedro doesn't win it. And then Wharton gets second ball and he's got space to turn. He tries to play a ball in between defenders, but well done. Chalobah, he wins the ball, finds Enzo. And there's the overlap. Reece James driving forward. He's got a runner. And the runner from is João Pedro up against Lacroix. Lacroix steps in, gets the ball away. Andre Santos tries to, in the right back position, tries to find Reece James and heads it straight out of play. João Pedro's asking the question, but there was no, doesn't look like a foul to me. Palace, ball gone back to Henderson, edge of his own penalty box. Foot on the ball. Chelsea pushed up but not pressing. Now we do as it goes to the centre-back, and he just launched it, looking for Mateta. Badiashile volleys it up in the air. Cucurella the same. And João Pedro picks up the loose ball. But then Cucurella shut down by Munoz. Cucurella went for the ball, caught Munoz, unfortunately. There's no foul. Saw one for Munoz. Anyway, Cucurella's got a throw into Chelsea, 5 yards inside the Palace half on the left-hand side. A bit of possession, sustained possession, Chelsea here. It's what we need. Cucurella, he's got João Pedro coming close. Up the line is Neto by the corner flag. Neto's got space. Defender comes across. Well done. Well done, Neto. He wins the corner off of the other defender that's playing it in place of Gurhey. And Chelsea got themselves a corner from the left-hand side again. Our left wing. Another opportunity. Look at Liam Rosenior. He doesn't look too happy at the minute. So James and Cucurella are deep in conversation as he walks over to take the corner. Enzo, Badiashile, Chalobah are near the penalty spot. João Pedro's on the goalkeeper. Neto and Cucurella make their way inside the box. Reece James, one arm aloft. He's aiming for that near post again. Mateta heads it away, right on the near post. Now just mix it up, Chelsea. Go back post instead. Go back post, Reece James. Got great delivery, Reece James. He really has. Anyway, let's make it count. Corner comes in again near post. Cucurella couldn't get the flick on. Another corner to Chelsea. Sarr rose above him and got the ball away. It's on the left-hand side. A right foot in-swinging corner from Reece James. Two of them been right on the money and defended well by Palace. Third attempt. Playing well at the moment. Giuseppe, not bad. Another corner from James. The same one arm aloft. We all know where it's going. He delivers it. Flicked up in the air by Palace, and they get second ball away to the edge and then headed away for a third time. Casido's there. Plays it out to right wing. Enzo Fernandez just launches a volley inside the penalty box. Badiashile's still there. Heads it towards the area. And then Chelsea head it back out. And then Cucurella just launched one inside the box. It falls down to Andre Santos. He can't get a shot away. But then they've half cleared it. It's come out to Pedro Neto. Ball up the line is Cucurella. Got time. Cucurella back to the back post. Palace got numbers there. Get it away. Only as far as Casido. Right wing. Out to Andre Santos. Back to Casido. Reece James. 30 yards from goal. Dead centre. Badiashile. James. Palace are defending well. Forcing Chelsea wide again. Esteval up against Mitchell. Comes inside Esteval. Has to go, just lay it off to Chalobah and then out to Reece James, who went out where Esteval came in. Cross comes towards the back post. Cucurella goes down. There's nothing in it. And it's made his way out to Pedro Neto. And he's turned Munoz. Neto, little ball inside to Cucurella. Out of his feet. Cross comes in. Oh, my word. The cross came in. It's hit the defender. They're claiming a handball, Enzo. I didn't see it. But the ball fell to Enzo. And he's leaning back on the penalty spot and he blasts it over the bar. Cross from Cucurella. It hits the defender. Lerma doesn't know nothing about it, to be fair. Did it get deflected? It comes off João Pedro's knee. João Pedro tries to open his legs up and just volley the ball in, like some really gangly thing. It deflects off of him onto Lerma's hand, who knows nothing about it, straight down to the feet of Enzo, who blasts it over the bar from the penalty spot. Nothing doing. Goal kick to Palace, played short, then up to halfway, they lay it off, they got runners. Mitchell looking up the line, and he's played it up the line. Chelsea trying to get there, and he goes out of play just before the corner flag. Sarr couldn't get there. So Chelsea got a throw in deep inside their own half at the minute. Goal at Brentford against Nottingham Forest. And it's Forest who take the lead by the looks of it. Jesus has scored for Forest. Anyway, Igor Jesus scores for them. Meanwhile, Chelsea still waiting to take the throw in, and we do with Reece James. He goes to Enzo under pressure. Free kick to Chelsea, taken quickly to Badiashile. 6-yard box, gives it to Cucurella outside the penalty box. Cucurella's got loads of space. Gives it to Casido, goes back to Badiashile. He goes square to Chalobah, 10 yards outside of our own penalty box. Up to Enzo. Back to Reece James, spins away from the defender and plays it inside to Esteval, trying to hold the ball up against Mitchell, and he can't. But Chelsea come away with the ball with Andre Santos. Back to Chalobah. Good ball between defenders to Cucurella. Cucurella, ball in behind, looking for Pedro Neto against Munoz. Unlucky, nearly. Munoz got there and goes back to Henderson. Launches it over halfway. Badiashile watches it, goes out of play. It's a Chelsea throw-in. 10 yards inside our own half here at the minute. But it's good, though. Chelsea trying to open the door here, trying to play little intricate through balls here, and one of them are going to come off. Because Pedro Neto's got the beating of Munoz all day long. Anyway, we've got ourselves a throw-in with Cucurella, left-hand side. Badiashile's giving him an option to go backwards, and he takes it. But Badiashile gives him a stupid ball back, up this eye. He can't control it, and Palace win it. Mateta finds Wharton, but Wharton gives the ball away. Brennan Johnson was looking for it. Chelsea play up to João Pedro, and he does well to make some of it, and then Pedro Neto just about keeps it in, gives it to Cucurella, back to Badiashile. Now Chalobah, just outside of our penalty box. One more to James, out of his feet. 10 yards short of the halfway line. Little dink ball inside to Andre Santos, give and goes. And then Casido, then Andre Santos. Chelsea have done well. We've done really well to get some space. Esteval, coming up to the edge of the penalty box, Esteval. Turns inside from that right wing. Plays it square. One more to Neto. Pings the ball inside the penalty box. Half cleared by Palace. It deflects away. And then Moises Casido, he can see it. 10 yards, he runs onto it and he shanks it on the outside of his boot. He's expecting the challenge coming in. It was. They half clear it. It's a bit of a mess. And then Casido's under pressure from two Palace players. And he tries to volley it. He tries to hit it on the half volley. And he shanks it wide. Two big chances wide for Chelsea and over the bar. Badiashile's giving away another free kick on another Palace player. This time it's Sarr. When the ball's played up to the defender, and you're sitting there and you're centre-back, and Rosenior's getting frustrated with it. Because what Badiashile does, he goes touch tight. But you're on the halfway line, you haven't got to do that. Just arm's length. And if the ball's played up to him, just try and step in front. If you can't, don't bundle the person over on the floor. He's done it with Mateta. He's now done it with Sarr. He does it again to get himself booked. And it's inside the Palace half. It's 10 yards inside the half. Stand up, arm's length, touch tight. Make it a bit difficult, but don't try and foul or give stupid free kick away. Badiashile does it every single time, and it does my head in. Palace take the free kick. Launched high. Chalobah wins the first ball. Palace wins second ball. Wharton finds Mateta wide right. Cross comes in the penalty box, and well done. Well done, Andre Santos. He's got in the defensive line. The cross was brilliant for Munoz. It beats the two centre-backs. And on the back post, Brennan Johnson is sniffing. And Andre Santos watches it, reads it, and volleys it away for a corner. Brilliant. And Sanchez was straight out to him, congratulating him and thanking him for what he did. Brilliant for Andre Santos. Palace corner, dangerous. Very dangerous. From the right-hand side, Palace left, our right. Chelsea, this is zonal marking for the most of it, with James, Neto and Casido marking three Palace players on the penalty spot. Cross comes in towards the back post. They got a runner. It's Lerma, but well done. João Pedro. João Pedro won the header. They've given, for some reason, they've given us a goal kick. Blues for you. 7-minute play, she'll lose the ball in dangerous position already. Sub it before you. I know. Achimpong. Yes, I don't disagree with you. Badiashile needs to settle down. He gives too many free kicks away. And he just needs to learn. Anyway, Chelsea's goal kick launched forward to nobody. But we've won second ball through Enzo. But then João Pedro can't hold the ball up and Palace win it. But João Pedro steps in on Lerma and wins it back. Reece James in a 1-2 of Andre Santos. And then Lerma wins it back. It's very messy at the minute, this game. It's gone back towards Palace's penalty box. Wharton collects it from Lacroix. He gets it back to him. Just outside of his own box here. Pressed by João Pedro. Wharton drops in, says, give me the ball. And plays it out to Munoz. Munoz goes back towards his goalkeeper. But Lacroix steps in and takes it. Wharton, Lacroix, little give and goes. Back to the other centre-back. Up the line to Munoz. Little back heel. Mateta holds off Badiashile, and then Cucurella steps in. That's perfect. Badiashile arm's length, holds him up, and then Cucurella steps in. We're away with Pedro Neto. Edge of the penalty box, left-hand side. Overplays it, and Wharton steps in and wins it off him brilliantly, I have to say, and plays it up to Sarr. Sarr turns away from Badiashile, leaves it to Wharton. Wharton flicks it out left-hand side to centre-back. Casido's caught him. As he played the ball, he's caught him on his toe and got booked, Casido. And that's, if anything, that's because about 8 Crystal Palace players moaned about Casido's challenge. We'll see it again. Yeah, he goes for the ball. Sixth booking this season, Casido. I'm not sure the Rosenior likes what he's seeing at the minute. He's up, he's shouting at the players, he's doing something. Anyway, Palace free kick. Played across their back three. Play out to Munoz. First time ball looking for Mateta, but Badiashile steps in. Casido, halfway line. Gives it to Santos, 5 yards to his right. He goes back, and it comes to Reece James. Enzo Fernandez. Back to James on the halfway line. As soon as the ball goes forward, Palace all over the Chelsea players in their own half. It's gone back to Sanchez. Sanchez, Andre Santos, does well. João Pedro, halfway line, ball inside Cucurella. Oh, he's tried to play it blind first time to Esteval, but Mitchell was there to win it back. Chelsea can't build anything at the minute. Neither team can, to be fair. Mitchell, under extreme pressure from Reece James, goes back to Henderson. Well done, James. Halfway inside their half he was, tracking Mitchell across the pitch and won the ball off it. Goal at Newcastle against Villa. And it looks like it's Aston Villa that have scored it, and they have an absolute rocket. Buendia's it at Perla. 1-0 Villa at Newcastle, and Forest are beating Brentford at Brentford. Anyway, Henderson rolls out to Lacroix. Lacroix takes the touch, turns inside João Pedro and Pedro Neto, and then lays it off to Wharton, who's centre-back. Just outside their own penalty box here, Palace, inside their own half here. And well done. Chelsea's pressure on Lerma, and he's put the ball straight out of play. Chelsea throw him. About 10 yards, 15 yards inside their half on the right-hand side. Reece James to take it. We've got Enzo, Casido, Andre Santos short. Gives it to Casido. Under pressure has to go back to Chalobah. Deep inside his own half, Chalobah. Squared to Badiashile. To Cucurella. Badiashile, Cucurella can turn. He's got some space, but he goes square to Chalobah. Out to Reece James. Just inside of our half. Just over halfway to Esteval, right out on the byline. He's held up. Back to James. He's launched it straight out of play. Esteval's getting no space. Mitchell and the other centre-back are doing a number on him at the minute. Palace throwing gone backwards to the centre-back. He's going to go square to Wharton. Back to Mitchell on the left-hand side, just up to halfway. Enzo shuts him down, goes inside to Wharton. He's got some space, Wharton. Plays a lofted ball. Looking for Brennan Johnson. Sorry, it's Munoz. Chelsea half clear, but Palace win second ball. Wharton's pulling the strings of this game. Munoz out wide right to Sarr. Inside to Munoz. Lays it off to him. Sarr. Back to the centre-back. Allowed to come forward 30 yards outside of our box. Or 30 yards from goal, Palace. Ball up the line now, Sarr. Badiashile goes across. Munoz. Chelsea as a unit. When the ball goes backwards, we move out. Edge of our penalty box. Sarr. Munoz. Sarr. Wharton. The ball towards the back post is overplayed, but there was the option. Palace work it well, to be fair. They pin Chelsea back and they make a run from deep. I think it was Mitchell on the back post. Wharton overplayed it, unfortunately. Anyway, Simon Parrish, or Steve Parrish, I should say, sitting there with Mark Bright in the stands. Focus, of course, on Glasner after what he said last week. You wouldn't expect him to be there, but he still is. Chelsea goal kick taken quickly. Badiashile up to Cucurella, and then Pedro Neto turns. He turns the defender and he's away. Neto goes forward. He's taken on Lacroix as well. Neto can't beat him for pace, and Lacroix sees the ball out of play for a goal kick. He's got Salibas about him a little bit, that Lacroix, isn't he? I have to say, you put him and Saliba in the same room. He's quick, that Lacroix. He's really quick. He had Pedro Neto, and he's giving all that to the fans. As if to say, do you know who I am? So Pedro Neto's laughing at him a little bit. Anyway, but Palace goal kick. 25 gone. Henderson goes short to Lacroix. Edge of its penalty box. Long ball forward looking for Mateta. And Chalobah's on him this time and lets it run over his head. Straight through to Robert Sanchez. He goes straight first time out to Reece James. Halfway inside of our half. Santos up to Enzo. Tries to turn away from the challenge, but he's forced himself wide and does well to win a throw-in. Deep inside of our half here at the minute. As soon as we play the ball forward, Chelsea were up to halfway and over it. Crystal Palace were up our arses. So Lerma and Enzo Fernandez. Enzo's walking forward and Lerma puts his hands on him. So Enzo looks at the referee, so Lerma pushes him. And it's still going on. Anyway, the throw will be taken. It's just over halfway inside of our half at the minute. Reece James take it. And he goes back to Chalobah. Takes a touch, brings it down, and goes back to Sanchez. Badiashile, just outside of our penalty box. He's got 20 yards of space to move into. He moves up to 10 yards, stops and goes back to Sanchez. Palace are pushed up like a diamond, and now Sanchez goes long. But if that was trying to find Esteval, it went straight over everyone's head, straight through to the goalkeeper, Henderson, Lacroix, out to this right centre-back. Back to Lacroix, just 10 yards outside of his own box. Chelsea pushed up, not pressing. Centre-backs can have the ball. And now Pedro goes over to him. He comes his right-hand side. Neto's there. Now Wharton drops in, says, give him the ball. He collects it, tries to find Mateta, but Andre Santos steps in and good ball to João Pedro. He turns the centre-back once and twice, finds Esteval. Esteval's first touch is heavy. He still come away with the ball, Esteval. And they put in another challenge and get the ball away. Up to Mateta, holding off Chalobah. And then well done, Badiashile. He steps in to get it away from Sarr, who was there around Mateta, looking for the little flick ball. Basha, you all right, mate? All good? Well done. We got the ball away. It's a Palace throwing inside of our half. Halfway inside of our half. On our right-hand side, Palace's left wing. Let's have a look where this goes. Chelsea, everyone back because it looks like it's going to be a long throw. The centre-backs are coming up. Yeah. They're aiming for the corner of the 6-yard box. Richards has gone across to take it. So Mateta, Badiashile, Lacroix, Andre Santos, Lerma, Casido, and Chalobah all standing on the corner edge of the 6-yard box. Long throw, doesn't even reach it. Headed up in the air by Chelsea. Deflected up in the air. Who was it? Was it Reece James? And he's come to Sarr. And on the near post, he steps in and just clips the ball wide. Throwing comes in. It's off Reece James's head backwards. And then Sarr gets in before Cucurella as Sanchez comes out and thankfully flicks the ball wide. Yeah, he flicked it wide, thank God. But Sanchez couldn't get there. Cucurella didn't get there either. But Reece James got under the ball and literally flicked it towards the goal. Anyway, our ball forward has tried to find Esteval, but Lerma steps in and wins it and gives it to Lacroix. He's 10 yards inside his own half here. Bottom of the centre circle, Lacroix, with the ball at his feet. One more to the other centre-back, back to Lacroix. Richards dropping deeper by his own penalty box now. Back to Henderson. Esteval's not in the game yet. You can see potential change there if nothing improves by half-time. Or maybe 10 minutes in the second half. Saying that, Pedro Neto is over. None of the Chelsea attackers. Anyway, their ball is played forward to literally to halfway, and Badiashile just launches the ball. And it's gone out of play right by the corner flag. This side of the corner flag. So Palace have got themselves... What have they got here? They've given a free kick. A foul by Esteval. Henderson takes it and plays it across his penalty box to Lacroix, right-hand side of centre. He takes touch outside his own box, then stops and goes back to the penalty spot to Henderson. One more to Richards. Trying to play out. Chelsea pushing up with the press. And then we've won the first header, but they've won the second one. But Chelsea with Chalobah head it back inside of their half. Then Andre Santos takes it away from the Palace midfielder. Takes it towards our own goal and tied up by Chalobah back to Sanchez. He gives it to Andre Santos and then Caicedo gives the ball away. Palace win it with Munoz. Wharton. Brennan Johnson, loose touch from him. Goes one more out to Mitchell, who's going to fly onto it. And he does, down the left-hand side. Cross comes in, near post. Mateta gets a glancing header to it, but it stayed in play. That's how bad it was. And Cucurella can come away with it, left-back position. And he launched the ball over halfway, but out of play. And Pedro Neto's not exactly impressed with it. First chance from Mateta. Cross came in, couldn't get anything on it. Palace throw it back towards Lacroix. Edge of his own penalty box, Lacroix. Brings it out of play. Plays it to Richards. Back to Lacroix. Into Wharton now. Under pressure from Caicedo. Wharton's found Mateta, who plays a long, lofted, raking ball to the left-hand side. And James has covered it off with Mitchell. And James does well to go back to Sanchez. Sanchez on the volley gets the ball away up the line. And Esteval's going to keep it in play to Sanchez. But then we give the ball away. Wharton collects it. Goes one more looking for Brennan Johnson. He's not going to get there. Gone out of play for a Chelsea goal kick. Anyway, it's very messy, the game. People can't get hold of the football and just put their foot on the ball. Fewest touched in the game. Brennan Johnson's had 8. And João Pedro's had 12. The rest of them are Palace players. Lerma, Mateta and Sarr with 12 each. Anyway, Chelsea goal kick. Sanchez takes it, taken short. Badiashile to Sanchez, back to Badiashile, now to Cucurella. Under pressure from Munoz. Ball up the line to Pedro Neto, but he can't get there. The defender steps in front of him, finds Wharton, and he goes, takes it easy. Back to Lacroix on the halfway line. Plays the ball into the feet of Sarr. Plays it back to the centre-back, playing on the right-hand side here. Back to Lacroix, inside his own half here. Now Richards, bottom of the centre circle. Chelsea pushing up, pressing out. Wharton. Brennan Johnson into Mateta, holds it up, tries to find Sarr. And then Caicedo, who's already booked, has just fouled Sarr. Sarr's gone down onto his ankle here. Caicedo, I don't think it was a booking, but it's the second foul from Caicedo. He's already been booked. Palace players are now saying to the referee, he's already booked here. I don't think there's anything in that. But Caicedo's nature is to go in. So Sarr slid in with Pedro Neto. Neto jumped out of the way, and then Caicedo just went across him, and he went down. But he went down onto his ankles if Caicedo's caught him, and he hasn't. Let's have a look. So as he goes, Caicedo doesn't even touch his ankle. Looking at the replay, he's not even touched it, which is why there's nothing coming of it. But Caicedo's already on a booking. Anyway, it's a Crystal Palace free kick inside of our half, just inside of our half. Taken deep to inside of our penalty box, back post. Headed forward by Lerma, but headed away by João Pedro. Out to our right back position. Palace holding the ball up and kept hold of it. They've given the ball backwards and Esteval's away. A back pass to the centre back. He's away from Mitchell. Esteval, edge of the penalty box, driven forward. Esteval scores! Esteval! Oh, come on! Outstanding from Esteval. Brilliant from Chelsea. Absolutely amazing from Chelsea. The ball was played to the back post, the free kick. The free kick was headed back inside the penalty box, and we got the ball away out to the right back position. And Crystal Palace were trying to press us to win it back, and they did. And what they did, I'm not sure who it was, but he's halfway inside of our half on the right back position, and he's played the ball back inside his own half, looking for Mitchell. But Esteval and Mitchell have a bit of an argy-bargy, and Esteval holds Mitchell off. He holds him off, and he's away, Esteval. And he's away, and he's just taking the ball away from Mitchell. He's got to cross the penalty box, across the penalty spot. He looks up and he drills it back the way he came, and Henderson can't get there. And it's an outstanding finish from Esteval, and it's 1-0. Brilliant goal from Esteval, made all by himself. Outstanding. Outstanding from Esteval. One pass back. One chance. Bang. 1-0 Chelsea. Excellent goal, Esteval. Really was. So, anyway, Palace about to kick off. 35 minutes gone. Henderson launches it. Ball played back to him. Up towards Mateta. Badiashile into his own box. Heads it away. Lerma heads it back forwards again. Then headed back forward again. It's head tennis at the minute. Edge of our penalty box. Mateta flicks it forward to nobody. Sanchez gives the call to Chalobah. Says it's my ball. Puts his foot on the ball. Just behind the penalty spot. Looking at Glasner. Glasner saying, who the hell passes the ball back from that position on the left wing? Their left wing, our right-hand side. Halfway inside of our half. Awful decision. Anyway, every away team's winning so far today. Andre Santos brings it out and gives it to Badiashile. Left-hand side here is Pedro Neto. Munoz is up his arse. He goes back to Badiashile. And Chalobah is 10 yards outside his own penalty box. One more wide right. Reece James, ball up the line, looking for a run from João Pedro. He's pinned the centre-back. Well done. He lays it off to Esteval. Esteval to Enzo. Back to Esteval to Reece James. James inside to Andre Santos. Slows it down. Back to Chalobah. Reece James on the halfway line, right-hand side. Right in front of the benches. Back to Chalobah. Just moving Palace about. There's a massive gap between Palace's front line and their defensive line. Huge space. Anyway, Chalobah. Reece James again. Inside to Andre Santos. Santos just drags people towards him, gives it to Badiashile. Badiashile, long ball over the top, but it's away from everybody. Again, straight through to Henderson. Rolls it out to Lacroix. Lacroix holds the ball up, goes square to Richards, edge of his own penalty box to Mitchell up the line. Launches it up to Mateta. Holds off Chalobah, wins the first ball. Badiashile wins the second ball and gets away with a dodgy challenge. And then Palace, Cucurella's been caught by Munoz. He was caught. The ball deflected out to his left-hand side and Cucurella went with it with Munoz and Munoz has caught him. The assist, Woodsheddar, was the Palace winger, whoever that was. Chelsea overthrow the pass looking for Pedro Neto and he can't get there. Palace get the ball away up to Wharton. Under pressure, it goes back to Richards. He's 10 yards outside of his own penalty box. Slowing the pace right down. Wharton, who was pulling the strings, is now non-existent this last 5-10 minutes. Back to Lacroix, penalty box. Goes back to Henderson, to his 6-yard box. Under pressure from João Pedro. Henderson launches up looking at Mateta. He's going to win the first ball. Flicks it over the head of Badiashile, but there is Cucurella mopping up and finds Casido. Plays the ball in behind, looking for João Pedro. But Lacroix got back inside and played the ball back. The other ball was the other way. Lacroix's going mad at Lerma. About Lerma's coverage. Anyway, Henderson's got the ball in the penalty spot. Anyway, Lacroix up the line. Mateta holds it up under pressure and flicks it ball inside, looking for Brennan Johnson. He flicks it over the top, looking for Munoz. Cucurella gets across him. Munoz then clips Cucurella as he's in the air. Cucurella goes down. The referee gives a free kick. It is Munoz. Munoz has acknowledged it as well. He's caught him. He's caught Cucurella. Cucurella came across and he's caught him. And it is a free kick to Chelsea. Deep inside our own half here. Left back position. Well done, Cucurella. Last couple of minutes. Done well. 2 free kicks. Anyway, just still looking at Cucurella walking up the pitch at the minute. Now it goes back. Right, Sanchez got the ball. It's just outside his penalty box, left-hand side of it. Everyone shifts over from right over to left, and now he launches it up high. João Pedro against the car. Pedro wins a good header and heads it down square to Esteval, but it goes beyond him, out towards the byline on the right-hand side. He does a little step over, holds it up and goes back to James. Andre Santos next to James, supporting him. Back to Chalobah. Then Sanchez one more. First time ball to Badiashile. Another raking ball from Badiashile. This time Pedro Neto's in behind. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. He's held up, but he's won a Chelsea throw-in. Good ball. Badiashile, this time it worked. Pedro Neto in behind. Chelsea got themselves a throw-in. 10 yards from the corner flag. Left-hand side. Attacking position. Cucurella to take it. João Pedro's inside the penalty box, not showing. Pedro Neto's up the line. Anybody else coming close for him? No. And now Casido does. Under pressure from Wharton. Casido comes away with the ball and plays it square to nobody. Esteval can't get there, and Palace boot the ball away over halfway. Badiashil's got to win it. He's got Sarr with him. He flicks it over his head, Badiashil. And Munoz just heads it forward now, but then Sarr went the other way. So Casido and Badiashil little 1-2s, and then João Pedro, little flick ball inside to Enzo, but he can't get there. Palace win third ball. Lerma, Wharton, inside of our half, right-hand side now. Munoz, back inside to Wharton, halfway inside Chelsea's half. He flicks it left-hand side to Richards. He comes inside Esteval. Richards driving forward. Holds the ball up to Wharton. Flicks it out one more to Munoz. Has to track back inside his own half at the minute. Wharton again. Just top of the centre circle inside their own half here. Lacroix. Going back. Chelsea working well here defensively. The ball's gone out wide right to Munoz again. But Cucurella's there. Wharton. Back out wide right. This time Sarr. Munoz has got him behind Cucurella. Cross comes in. Near post, Badiashil volleys it up in the air. Pedro Neto heads the ball away. Only as far as the defender, who's pushed right up for Palace. One more wide right is Sarr. He's got Munoz outside of him. Level the edge of our penalty box, but backwards towards Munoz. Ball in behind. They've actually worked the space. And Sarr, he's in behind in acres of space in our penalty box, and he wastes it, and Chelsea come away. Casido. Cucurella's making a run through the middle. He's got no option. He has to hold it up. He's on his wrong foot, Casido. And he holds it up and gives it to João Pedro. Acknowledges Cucurella's little run. But Andre Santos, good ball wide right to Reece James. Halfway line, right inside to Enzo. Little 1-2, give and go. Back to Chalobah. Palace pressing hard with 5. Inside to James. Andre Santos flicks the ball out to Enzo on the byline. Holds up against Richards. And Lerma, good ball. Flicks it inside to Andre Santos. Good ball wide left here, but overplayed by Andre Santos. Straight to Munoz. It was nice and simple ball to his left. Wharton over halfway. Dead centre. Flicks the ball forward to Brennan Johnson. Plays the ball in between defenders. Sarr, byline. Cross comes in near post. Away by Chalobah. Pedro Neto trying to tell the defender and he can't. Defender's up, just holds him off and goes back to the quad. Deep inside his own half now. Up to centre circle, plays it wide left. Mitchell. Chelsea doing well to just get around Palace and forcing Palace backwards. And Richards got the ball. Halfway inside his own half here. Dead centre's Lacroix got the ball. Looking for an option. He has to go one more to his defensive partner on the right. I can't remember what his name is. Anyway, Lacroix's got the ball there. Halfway inside his own half here. Chelsea pushed up, not pressing, in their shape. High line as well. So Wharton as a runner. Brennan Johnson in behind. Wharton plays it forward. It hits him on his back. And lucky enough, he recovers and gives it to Mitchell. Mitchell up against Reece James. Holds him up. Supported by Andre Santos. Back to Richards. Side-footed cross comes in and headed away by Chelsea. And Esteval's away again. Esteval on the byline. Unmarked. He's away byline. He's got João Pedro. Esteval running towards inside the penalty box. Esteval. Oh, he shoots and it's gone wide. Unlucky Esteval. Unlucky. He went the other way this time. But this is just like Esteval can't believe his luck. He's picked up 2 balls with an empty pitch in front of him. And he legged it. He's gone inside the penalty box right-hand side of it. And to be fair, Dean Henderson's kept his angles and Esteval's gone for the back post, right foot. But João Pedro's going mad at him because João Pedro's on the back post and Pedro Neto was making a late run and Esteval ignored them both. But anyway, Palace has got the ball. They're breaking between us, between the 2 defensive line. Deflected off the edge of our penalty box. Out to Lerma. Well done. Casilla got caught by Lerma. It was actually Andre Santos stepped in. Well done. But we're looking at the replay. It cuts back to Palace and they play the ball between our defenders. Brennan Johnson trying to find Mitchell. He's held up on the byline. And that come from that. Chelsea doing well defensively. Their line is very high. A very high defensive line from Chelsea. Squeezing the play. And at the minute, it's catching Palace out. Smash the like button for me, people. This is the ball-by-ball match commentary. Not a watch-along. Ball-by-ball coverage. 5 shots, 1 on target for Chelsea, 4, 1 on target for Palace. 51% possession for Palace, 49% for Chelsea so far. As we're approaching half-time, the Esteval goal from nothing separates both teams. It's a battle, let's just say that. Sanchez launches one out towards the edge of their box, headed away by Palace. And it's a Chelsea throw-in halfway inside their half, which Reece James saunters to take. Takes it nice and easy, getting across there. And he does. The senior sits back down. Looks quite happy with his work so far. Chelsea front up the line, flick forward. And then Palace launch it to Lerma. He flicks the ball forward, but then Badiashile steps in front of Mateta inside their half. Cucurella driving out to his left-hand side. Pedro Neto halfway inside their half, and Palace coming out in their defensive shape with forces back inside their own half at the minute. Injury time at the end of the first half is how many minutes? Is it 1? It's 2 minutes. 2 minutes of injury time to go. Sanchez, edge of his penalty box, gets it out of his feet and plays the ball into the feet of Pedro Neto. He holds it up to find Badiashile. Back to Sanchez being pressed by Mateta. Sanchez gets it away left-footed over halfway. João Pedro can't hold the ball up. The choir gets there. Flicked forward by Munoz. Moises Caicedo falls over. And then Sarr is called offside. Free kick to Chelsea. Free kick to Chelsea. Halfway inside our own half here. Left-hand side of centre. Everyone leaves it for Sanchez to take. Sanchez takes his time, as you can imagine. So Sanchez is going to probably re-spot the ball, waste some more time. He does. He does the old spin forward an extra couple of yards. Right-footed, launches it up towards the edge of their box on this right-hand side. Pedro Neto, unlucky. Up against Munoz, he can't bring it down, and it's gone out of play for a Palace throw-in. Munoz looked to take it easy early to Wharton, but he's forced backwards. Palace with the ball into Wharton's feet, under pressure. Centre back, Lacroix oofs it. Badiashile volleys it back to where it came from. And Pedro Neto with the centre back. Chelsea doing well till we've actually won the ball back with Cucurella. Pedro Neto. João Pedro's gone down, has been caught off the ball. Referee's given nothing. João Pedro sitting up. Doesn't look impressed with the referee. Who's it, Lacroix? I know he got a little clip by Munoz. They've both gone for the ball. Munoz has kicked the bottom of his foot. Anyway, ball played forward by Palace to the halfway line, and Andre Santos does really well with Brennan Johnson. And then Enzo Fernandez falls over. Him and Lerma are having an ongoing battle the whole game. Lerma's just nudged out him, pushed him. That's half time. Yeah, half time, 1-0 Chelsea. But this is a battle that's ongoing between Jefferson Lerma and Enzo Fernandez. Anyway, the focus of the camera was on Esteval, and it's Esteval's goal that made the difference. It come from absolutely nothing. Chelsea have had some good opportunities. They've had some balls into the box where sort of deflections have fallen at the feet of players. And Enzo Fernandez blasted the ball over the bar from the penalty spot. Moises Caicedo come onto one and shanked the ball wide. Palace have had an opportunity. Mateta's header was he couldn't get a full contact on it. It glanced away. And then you've had one where the attackers got in front of Cucurella and the goalkeeper and flicked the ball wide from a throw-in that Reece James got underneath and flicked it towards goal, believe it or not. I think it was Munoz. Was it Munoz or someone? It was Sarr. Sarr flicked the ball wide from the corner of the 6-yard box. But the game's been very bitty. Both teams are trying to get hold of possession and trying to play and keep hold of it and just trying to open things up. Both teams as units are working forward, defending in a unit, pushing forward as a unit, pressing as a unit, making it difficult to try and keep hold of the ball. But the moment of the first half and the goal come from absolutely nothing. It was a Crystal Palace free kick out on this right-hand side, just inside of our half. And it was floated deep towards the back post. And the Palace, whoever it was, has headed it back towards goal. And Chelsea defend properly and head it back out away towards the byline. Now, I don't know who it was, and we'll see the replay of it and probably, hopefully, a close-up of it. But as the ball's gone out towards the byline, we're talking like maybe 10, 15 yards away from our corner flag. Chelsea go out to go and meet the ball, and the Palace player with the ball at his feet has got the ball on the byline with his back towards goal, and Chelsea are pushing him backwards. And so what he does, because he's under pressure, He just looks and just thinks, I'll play the ball back to my centre half. So from about halfway inside of our half, playing it blind, the Palace player plays the ball back. He plays the 35-yard ball inside of his own half, but literally over halfway into his half. Now it's Esteval with Mitchell. Mitchell thinks, shit, I can't get there. Esteval spots it, holds him off, collects the ball and makes the run. But Esteval runs into their half, and as he gets close and close to the penalty box, he shifts. Instead of running forward, he starts running across the box. And he gets inside the box and he runs across the penalty spot, and he's away from Mitchell, who can't keep up with him. Esteval, he's literally left-hand side of centre. He looks up at the keeper, head down, and he just drills it back the way it came. Henderson can't react, and he blasts it in the back of the net. It's an outstanding finish from Esteval. Ten minutes later, they do it again. This time, the ball's played over the top on the right wing, and Esteval is there again. And he runs and he runs and he runs. This time, he stays on that right-hand side, and he's running towards their goal. He's inside the penalty box, but he's on the right-hand side of it. He gets towards the 6-yard box, again on the right-hand side of it, and he tries one of those right foots that just curls its way into the corner flag, but he gets too much on it, and it curls away from goal. And with that, João Pedro's coming in on the back post. Pedro Neto is caught up with him, looking for a ball to be pulled back, but he doesn't come back to him, and the ball goes wide. But the game is pretty even, I'd say. Possession-wise, there's a battle. It's very difficult to play up to João Pedro and Mateta. They've both got defenders up their arses. They can't hold the ball up. When they try and lay it off, people are being closed down. As soon as the ball gets inside the Palace half, they're all over us. The same with us. When it gets played up to us or play up to Palace, you've got Andre Santos and Casido there, both just sniffing around and making life difficult to keep possession. But overall, it's been a good half. It's always a difficult game, Palace away. And Chelsea have managed that first half well. Sanchez not had to make a save. I know he did. I forgot. Early in the game, Badia Shield, 7 minutes in. Someone put it on the chat earlier. Blues for you, put it on. 7 minutes in, we're playing the ball across our defensive line, halfway inside our own half. And the ball's played to Badia Shield, takes a bad first touch, and he has Mateta and Sarr closing him down. And he goes to take a second touch, and the ball's nicked off him by Mateta. And Mateta's, this time, he's in on goal. He's on the right-hand side of the penalty box. And what he does, he gets inside the box, and he probably takes a touch more. He looks up, and Sanchez comes over, gets his angle right, and Mateta tries to go across him, and Sanchez just sits up, and he sticks the foot out, and he guides the ball away. It was a massive opportunity for Mateta. They're showing a goal now. So this is the goal. So Munoz, is it Munoz? No, Brennan Johnson takes it, and he swings the ball deep. And the ball's headed away, and then Chalobah heads it out towards the byline. Now, the Palace player who's got the ball is the centre-back that plays on the right-hand side. I can't think what his name is. So Jamie Carragher is now looking at all of this. And he's saying that Brennan Johnson should have tucked in. Anyway, so Esteval can see it. So as the ball's played from halfway inside their half, Esteval and Mitchell are inside Chelsea's half, 10 yards inside the half. And Mitchell, so Esteval can see what's developing. It's Enzo Fernandez who puts the pressure on the Palace player with the ball at his feet on the byline. And Pedro Neto comes over to shut Wharton off, and so the defender has no option, so he goes inside. But Esteval can see what's developing, and he makes the run first, and Mitchell then is catching up with him the whole time. Esteval's brilliant. He literally makes the run. He knows where the goal is. And when you're watching Esteval when he's running, he's not one of these players where as he's running, he's looking up constantly. He knows where the ball is, and he's running, and he's looking at that ball the whole time, and he's making his run, and he makes such a good run with it because he's got Mitchell breathing down his neck, and he's at full pelt, Esteval, head down, and he's running with that ball at his feet. But he doesn't just go forward and then make it easy for the goalkeeper to come out and get his angles right. It's because what Esteval does is that he runs across the box with it, and he runs wide of the penalty spot and then lifts up his head and then drives that ball. And here's the chance for Mateta, the same. Big chance for Mateta. And well done, Sanchez. He drove it. Mateta, if anything, Mateta should have gone for the far post. But he just gets his head down and just drills it sort of away from Sanchez. And it's a real waste, but massive save from Sanchez. Rabba, how are you, mate? Good to see you in. So thank you, everyone, for watching so far. Do me a favour. I've got 96 people watching. I've got 29 likes. How does that work? Smash the like button for me. This is actual ball-by-ball match coverage. Now, the other scores in the games, we knew that all the away teams today were winning. We knew that Forest were beating Brentford 1-0. We knew that Aston Villa were beating Newcastle at Newcastle. Buendia's an absolute perler from the edge of the penalty box into the top corner. I think it still remains the same. Anyway, what do you guys think of the first half so far? Let me know your comments. Big second half for Chelsea. Massive second half. Yeah, if we... Mine thinks he's crap. Anyway. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, this is huge. If we can get ourselves an early goal, first 15 minutes, then Palace got to come out and the game will open up even more. But I said... It's typical, isn't it? I'm sure I said it in the first half. I said the fact that Esteval's not in the game. Esteval wasn't in the game. I said Pedro Neto wasn't in the game. João Pedro. And then Esteval steps up and does that from absolutely nothing. It really was such a good goal, though. But it's intelligence. He could see it. When you see there's an angle they showed there, fair play to Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto, because the ball goes out to the byline. And you sort of go out and make yourself sort of just like you're there to force the player to play a different way or to play the ball the other way. But to actually go out and, have this approach where I want to go out and win that ball back and put that player under pressure right out on the byline, it was good. But Esteval could see what he's doing, and he's already on his bike. By the time that he played the ball, he's already making a run in behind Mitchell. So good so far. So let's have a look where we are, league table. A live league table. Let's have a look. Yeah, all the games are the same score, 1-0. So with that, Chelsea would be up to 4th on the live league table, because Aston Villa would be above us on 46. We could do with Newcastle beating Villa or getting a draw off them. That'll take them down to 43 or 44. So that would put us down up to 4th on 37 points. Liverpool played the same amount of games, on 36. United on 35. They play Arsenal today. And if United win, they'll go below us, but they'll go up to 5th on goal difference. No, they wouldn't. They go above us on 35 points. They will go above us on 38. So Chelsea can find themselves 5th if United beat Arsenal. If Arsenal beat United, they re-establish a lead of 7 points in the Premier League. Interesting game, and see how that works out. But Chelsea currently are 4th on 37 points on the live league table. And 7 points away is Brighton and Bournemouth on 30 points in 12th and 13th. Sunderland in 10th on 33. 4 points separates 6 places in the Premier League table. This is the importance of having a good run in the team. Have to have a good run in the team. Good run of results. 3, 4, 5 wins will separate you. We'll put you up there and get you a bit of space from other teams. But it's important. It's an important week for Chelsea. Napoli's huge again in midweek in the Champions League. Anyway, let's get this second half underway. Remember, I'm watching the game on a bought and paid for Sky Sports app, and it's 1 minute delayed. Len, how you doing, mate? Hope you can pick him off in the second half. I hope so. Martin, maybe a couple of changes just into the second half. I think we'd have to see. Giuseppe, an early goal second half will kill the game off. I don't think it'd kill it off. If we go an early goal, I don't think it'd kill it off. I think it'll just open the game up. I think Palace have got no choice but to come out. But you stop Wharton for Palace and you stop them playing. But let's keep an eye on that ongoing fuse between Lerma and Enzo Fernandez. It's brewing big time. Casido already booked. He needs to be careful. Good goal by Jesus, I have to say, for Forrest at Brentford. He's on a near post. The ball's gone up to him. He's chested it, spun and volleyed it into the bottom corner, beating the goalkeeper. And then Buendia gets the ball for Villa. He picks the ball up just outside the penalty box and he just curls one over the goalkeeper to the bottom corner. Nick Pope's in goal as well, I think, for Newcastle. He's not exactly small. Good finish by Buendia. I have to say, it's a good goal. When you see it, it's a great finish. And there's a Chelsea goal again, Esteval. Brilliant goal from Esteval. Right in front of the Palace fans. They're all like that. And he's doing all this. He's like, try to do a knee slide and he end up ballsing that up. Let me sort my clock out. Let's get it back to 0-0. There we go. Right. My modern technology for my apps here. No expense spared. So stay tuned, people. Videos hopefully this week. And also there'll be a new series starting here on the channel. More of like a podcasty type of a feel. With someone, hopefully, that maybe you might have heard of before joining. Anyway. Back to the second half. I believe the players are out. Looking at Glasner again, walking up the sideline. Yeah, the players are back out. Be Palace kicking us off. Palace kicking the ball. As we watch Palace games on TV, they're kicking the ball towards the massive home section on the left-hand side. Chelsea from left to right. Well, the Chelsea fans are in a pocket on that right-hand side corner. So, big half of football this for Chelsea. Let's get another early goal. It was, Martin, it really was. And they kick off Crystal Palace back to Henderson. He launches it high. Mateta goes to meet it with Pedro Neto. Bounces over the both of them. Cucurella heads it forward, headed back by Wharton. Mateta tries to lay it off. Enzo just boots it over his head. And then Palace head the ball to Richards, who's got no choice but to try and launch it. Anyway, Chelsea bring it... Oh, Pedro Neto's had it straight back, avoiding everybody. But well done, Chalabi, mops up. Reece James, long ball over the top, looking for the runner, João Pedro, against the Palace defender. As Argy Bargy, they're giving it against João Pedro. That Lacroix looks like he's got a cross between Rio Ferdinand and Saliba. He's got Ferdinand's mouth and Saliba. I think you mould the two. You've got Lacroix. Anyway, Palace playing the ball across the back line and fall up to halfway, and Chelsea win it. Casido's found Esteval dead centre, 25 yards from goal. Held up and goes left-hand side to Casido. He goes to Cucurella. Takes one touch out of his feet, cross towards the back post. Esteval heads it down again. Palace get the ball away, but only as far as Casido. Good pressure early from Chelsea. Out to Reece James, out of his feet. Esteval back to James. James cross towards the back post. Avoids everybody, and Palace defender gets the ball away. Munoz headed it back for a corner. Yes, he did. Referee gave a goal kick, but Cucurella's gone, hold on a minute, it weren't me. It was Munoz who headed it away. And it is a Chelsea corner. Chelsea corner from our left-hand side. Another one towards this near post nonsense again, potentially. So Mateta's down on the near post to keep the ball away from him. Go back post. Mix it up a bit. Now everyone moves towards that near post area again in front of the goalkeeper. Reece James dinks it on that near post. Henderson gets a one fist punch away. Esteval tries to get it in the box and just heads it up in the air. Headed away by Palace. Andre Santos heads it back. Cucurella goes to can't win it with Mateta. And then Sarr launches the ball forward, looking for Brennan Johnson. Chalobah does well to just come across, chest it down, and turn away from trouble. Chalobah tries to play the ball away. And up against Wharton. And Wharton wins the ball high for Palace. Lerma flicks out his left-hand side to Mitchell. Gets the ball out of his feet. Casido does well to come across. No, he's already been booked, Casido. He couldn't dive in. He just stood up and they played the ball off him. And it's a Palace throw-in. Halfway inside Chelsea's half. And with that, Richards comes across and says to everyone, push on forward. A long throw from him. Anyway, crowd nearly corner that 6-yard box game, Palace. James in front. So, throw him. Comes forward again from Richards, a long one. James gets a good head on it this time. Then Munoz comes across with Mitchell, covering off. Estevao was trying to get onto it. It's gone back to Henderson. He's halfway inside his own half here. And he launched the ball high. Chalobah can't get there. Deflects off Badiashile to Reece James, who launched it forward. But it's too far forward, over the head of everyone, and rolls through to Dean Henderson. Henderson rolls it out. Lacroix, halfway inside his own half here. Richards, by his own penalty box, goes back to Henderson on his penalty spot. Slows it down. Goes one more to his right, Lacroix. Inside, back to Henderson. Back to the other centre-back. Now they launch it forward, looking for Mateta. Up against Chalobah and Mateta. He's held him off, but Chalobah's still with him. And well done. Chalobah wins the ball off him. Brilliant from Chalobah. Plays it into the feet of João Pedro. Turns away from Lacroix. Lays it off to Estevao. There's the ball over the top. And Pedro's in. João Pedro, right inside the penalty box. Holds the ball up. Well done, João Pedro! 2-0. We said early goal and we've got it. Brilliant from Chelsea. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The ball's played up to João Pedro. It was Trevor Chalobah done fantastically well against Mateta. Mateta's tried to pin him. So rather than do what Badiashile did by giving away a stupid free kick, Chalobah's got the knowledge to just sit there and wait and let him just take the ball. So Mateta takes the ball away from Chalobah. He tries to. Chalobah stands up to him, wins it, and plays it straight to the feet of João Pedro. Lacroix's not near him. So he lays the ball off to Estevao. Estevao just dinks it over the top to him. João Pedro is right inside the penalty box. Wharton comes across, thinking he's going to cross it first time. Pedro drags it back onto his left foot and steps inside with the ball. And Henderson, so he's literally just outside the 6-yard box, brings it onto his left foot, strikes it low, and it goes for the legs of the goalkeeper from the corner of the 6-yard box. It does. Deflects off the goalkeeper, and it goes 2-0. We said early goal, second half, and it will open the game up, and it's going to do exactly that. 2-0. João Pedro, outstanding. Estevao with a goal and assist. 2-0 Chelsea. Brilliant. Simple give and go. And there was acres of space. Absolute acres for João Pedro. Anyway, Palace trying to play forward. Badiashile stepped in. Now Cucurella launched up to halfway line. Lerma beats Enzo to it. But Chalobah coming across. Gives it to James. Goes straight back to Sanchez. Reece James right back position. Plays the ball forward. Looking for Enzo Fernandez. Finds him. Plays the ball over the top, looking for Esteval. He's going to collect it, and he does. Keeps it in play by the corner flag. Up against Richards, Esteval. There was nothing there. Esteval's claiming he's been caught. He wasn't. They come away with the ball. Palace. Waters just sold Casino absolute beauty. He went to take it, just stepped over it, and Casino went the other way. Wharton out wide right to Munoz. Edge of our penalty box. Well done, Pedro Neto. He gets him to support Cucurella, and then play the ball off of him, and it goes out for a throw, and Glasner's doing his nut. Esteval's fine. There was nothing in it. It was claiming he got caught, but he didn't get caught. Anyway, throw into Palace, level the edge of the penalty box. Been another one of these long throws again. But it's ball to play to Wharton, and Casino's come up to square him up, and he's literally gone like that to take it and just shimmied away. Casino went the other way. Anyway, Richards take a long throw here from the right-hand side. Sanchez needs to be alive to this. There's argy-bargy. Throw comes in. Chalobah wins it. Well done. Second ball is Cucurella. Comes back out to Richards. Flicks the ball inside. What's happened now? Oh, someone's got a bang on the head. Referee's blown up. I think someone's got a cut head. Is it Chalobah? Oh, no, Chalobah's got a bang on the head. He went up for the first ball, Chalobah. Who did he get caught by? Oh, he's clashed heads with Lacroix. I think he's all right. Games without a win in the Premier League. Longest current Premier League run. Burnley on 14 and Palace on 7 before today. They're now showing Steve Parish and Mark Bright in the stands, and Parish is like this. Just staring, glazed. Anyway, the referee's going to give a drop ball in the attacking area for Palace. 10 yards from the corner flag. Drops it at Munoz's feet. Back to Wharton. Cross comes in. Flicked away by Badiashile. Well done. Corners for Palace. Chelsea need to ride these next 10 minutes out. Do not concede. Brennan Johnson's going to take the corner from the right-hand side. Our right back position, their left-hand side, Palace's. Smash the like button, people. There's plenty of argy-bargy still inside that penalty box. Mateta and Enzo. João Pedro. Sanchez trying to get people away from him. Cross comes in. Sanchez comes out and claims it brilliantly well. He's just been barged out the penalty box. He's done onto his ankle now, Sanchez. He literally he'd come flying out and caught the ball with both hands. And he's got towards the edge of the penalty box. And he's had to stop. And as he stopped, Lerma has caught him and clumped him on his ankle, I think it is. So Sanchez goes and he stops. And Lerma catches him on his ankle. It's a free kick given. Shouldn't put himself in that position. But we go back and he's fine now. Sanchez. Honestly. Get St John's ambulance out. Sanchez launches one from the edge of his penalty box out to the left-hand side to Pedro Neto. Headed away by Munoz. Driving forward now, Munoz. Cucurella comes across. Well done. Plays it off of him. Well done, Cucurella. Halfway inside Chelsea's half. Well done. Smash the like button, people. Anyway. Cucurella's taking his time. Pinches a few yards. Goes square to Andre Santos. He can only find Wharton on the halfway line. He dinks it forward. Mateta flicks it down, looking for a runner, Brennan Johnson. But Santos covers it off back to Sanchez. Sanchez up to halfway again. Looking for Pedro Neto. But we give it away. Then Palace give it away. João Pedro. Left-hand side now. Over halfway. Pedro Neto. He cuts inside. looking for ball on the right-hand side, and he picks out Esteval. Reece James goes beyond him. Enzo's inside. Gives it to Reece James. James back on his right foot. Out to Esteval. Shoots from distance. Esteval to the far post. And he comes out. He done really well, Esteval. Henderson punched the ball down. And Chelsea with Cucurella tried to deflect it back towards goal, but hit the floor first. And Henderson just collected it. Chelsea did with Mateta much better. The ball goes up to him and Chalobah's there up against him. And then Badiashiel's on the cover. Chelsea just playing little 1-2 triangles. And now we've given the ball away. Giving the ball away. But Reece James finds Esteval, opens his body up, shoots to the back post. Henderson with the outstretched save was unlucky. Unlucky Esteval. It's on target. He was going as well. Anyway, after that replay, we come back to possession and Chelsea have nicked it off Crystal Palace on the halfway line. João Pedro trying to keep hold of the ball and they can't. Lerma goes back to Lacroix. Lacroix now. Plays it left-hand side to Richards. He's the bottom of the centre circle inside his own half here. Chelsea are pushed up in their shape. High line again from Chelsea. Now the ball over the top. Chelsea's high line is very... When I say high, it's really high. It's up to the bottom of the centre circle inside our own half here. Chelsea have done well with Palace squeezing them, so we've won themselves a throw-in halfway inside of... Probably a bit more than halfway inside of our own half here. More towards the halfway line. Cucurella's going to take it. Casido and goes short. Neto back to Casido. Casido gives it to Enzo Fernandez. He's got to run on. It's Reece James over halfway. James, Esteval's outside of him, up against Mitchell. Esteval towards the edge of the penalty box on the corner of it. James on the overlap. Cross comes in towards the back post. The keeper can't get there. It comes to João Pedro. João Pedro shoots. It comes off the defender and he's called a handball straight away. Anyway, Palace can't get rid of it. Badiashile now. Casido outside the penalty box. Plays the ball looking for Enzo Fernandez's run. All the Chelsea players are claiming a penalty. The referee's just, because the play's continuing. Was it a penalty? Reece James towards the back post. Or it might have been, you know. It might have been. The replay goes back to Palace with Henderson. He launches it forward. Only as far as Andre Santos. Heads it down to Esteval. Looking for a give and go with João Pedro. João Pedro wasn't there. Mitchell. Back to Richards, edge of the penalty box. All the Chelsea players are saying, come on, referee, it's handball. But the ball's not stopped. The play's not stopped, so they're not going to review it until the play stops. Mitchell. Inside to Wharton. Now it stops. Now they've told the referee he needs to go to the screen and it is going to be a penalty. So Reece James gets the ball on the right-hand side and he dinks a great cross towards the back post and Henderson can't get there. Or he touches it away and João Pedro, it chests it down and he shoots and the defender's in front of him and it sort of hits the defender here and then rolls onto his arm as well. Let's have a look at it. So they're showing the play. So they're looking at Reece James. He's not offside. João Pedro's not offside either. Sorry, Esteval. Reece James on the overlap. The cross comes in towards the back post. He shoots, it hits the defender. Now, we're seeing a stupid angle. So where's the other angle? This is the better angle. So João Pedro shoots and it hits the defender. His arm's by his side. It makes it, and he makes himself a bit bigger. It sort of hits his arm here and then up here. And stops the ball from going in towards the goal. It should be a penalty all day long. Should be. Because his arm diverts the ball away from goal. They're showing it 4 or 5 times now. And all the players, there's about 10 players from a mixture of both teams, stand behind the referee looking at the screen. Oh, you see a different angle now, and it hits his arm. His arm's behind his back, and it hits his arm. It actually hits his arm. His arm's behind his back there, and it stops the ball from going in. It's a penalty all day long. I mean, they must have shown the same replay 20 times, 25 times. Right, referee. Still looking at the screen. His arm is by his side. It hits his arm first, and then the second motion, it hits his arm again. So what's he doing now, referee? He's now talking to the crowd. Obviously, I can't hear it because I've got the sound off. After review, the ball hits the Crystal Palace defender. It's a penalty. It is a penalty, Chelsea. It's Canvo, that's his name, the Palace defender that's playing on the right-hand side. Definitely a penalty. I think he was also saying it's neither a yellow or a red card, but it's a penalty. So who's taking it? Enzo Fernandez is taking it. It's a yellow card for the defender. The defender's standing there. He's got no argument at all. So Enzo Fernandez to put Chelsea 3-0 up on 63 minutes. Enzo against Dean Henderson. Come on, Enzo, put it away. Then we can make some changes. 3-0 up, make changes and save people for Napoli. Enzo, standing about 6 paces behind the ball. Left foot forward, right foot behind him in his stance. Hands on his hips, waiting. Nice and calm, Enzo. Not flustered. Referees just organising people. Now he shoot Enzo. And he scores, bottom right corner. The goalkeeper didn't even move. Goalkeeper's left. Enzo Fernandez is right. And that's 3-0 Chelsea. Bloody hell. We said first half was a battle. First half was about a goal that came from nothing and 2 missed opportunities. But Chelsea have kicked on this first 15, 18 minutes of the second half. A second goal from João Pedro. And now an Enzo Fernandez penalty. Outstanding. Brilliant. Brilliant from Chelsea today. 3-0. The penalty was that good into the bottom right, into the goalkeeper's left corner, our right corner, that the goalkeeper didn't even bother making a move. He literally just did that. Didn't even make a move for it, Henderson. But yet the ball hits the arm twice in the same motion. As he strikes it, it hits the defender on his arm. As the defender's coming forward, it hits him on his arm. And as he moves forward again, it hits him for a second time. And it's the second motion that takes the ball away from the goal. And that's why the penalty's been given. But 3-0. Make the change. Palace have made a change. Sosa's on, whoever he is. Sosa and Pino's on, I think. Anyway, Palace gone back to the goalkeeper. Up to Mateta. He flicks it on. And the ball goes all the way through to Robert Sanchez, who's on the ball by the penalty spot. So Mitchell's gone off. Somebody else has gone off. Anyway, no change for Chelsea yet. Chelsea plan out from the back, little triangles involving Casillo and Andre Santos, and it's come out to Badia Shield. Canvo and Mitchell have gone off. Anyway, the ball's played up the line. Palace win it. And then Chelsea play up forward again. João Pedro on the byline, left-hand side inside their half. Back to Cucurella. Halfway line, Badia Shield, back to Cucurella. Badia Shield. Back to Sanchez. 10 yards outside his own penalty box. Ball at his feet. Gives it to Chalobah. Chalobah, foot on the ball, slowing it right down. Inside Casido, back to Chalobah. Palace look beaten at the minute. And then Palace sort of stepping up. It's gone up to Badia Shield. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Enzo. And then Palace win it, but play it only as far as Badia Shield. Up to Casido, who's been fouled by Wharton. Been booking for Wharton, it was late. Casido saw it coming, but definite free kick. Wharton's gone flying in. The ball had already gone. And he knew it, Wharton, as well. Anyway, free kick to Chelsea. Deep inside our own half. Casido to take it. Back to Andre Santos. Been good today, Andre Santos. I like him. Chalobah. Back to Sanchez. This Casido-Santos partnership is good. Middle of midfield. Sanchez launches it out to no one. It goes straight out to Glasner, who catches it and gives it straight back to Sarr. First time of asking. Deary me. Lacroix. Back to Richards, to Lacroix. Munoz. Gone to a back four, Palace, I think. Anyway, Chelsea win it high inside their half. Enzo Fernandez up to João Pedro. Holds it up. Finds Casido. Turns away from danger. Back to Badiashile. Back to Sanchez. Right, Liam Rosenior, make changes. Make your 5 changes now. 3-0 up and cruising. Chelsea playing out. James. Andre Santos. Always available. Good ball into Cucurella. Under pressure, though, from Munoz. Back to Badiashile, to Casido. Badiashile. Chalobah. Steps forward away from Mateta. Out to Esteval on the byline. Shut down by Sosa. And then Pino's won it off of Reece James. Then deflects off of Pino. And it's the Chelsea throw-in on the halfway line. So, James to take it. Nice and simple. Looking for an option. Casillo comes close. So he goes beyond him to Badiashile. First time ball to Cucurella. 20 yards of space in front of him. Holds it up and gives it inside to Andre Santos. To Chalobah. Out to James. Right back position. He comes back inside. He's going to go to Badiashile. He doesn't. A little 1-2 give and go with Santos. And now Cucurella. Good ball in behind. Left wing. Pedro Neto. Cross comes in first time. Looking for João Pedro, but Lacroix read it on the penalty spot and gets the ball away. But well done, Badiashile. Oh, he's just taken one in the nuts from Brennan Johnson. He just stepped in front of Brennan Johnson. Johnson went for the ball and has caught him somehow. Anyway, they're focusing on Palace's next 6 fixtures. Bearing in mind they've not won in 8 games. Forest, Brighton, Burnley, Wolves, Man United and Spurs. Anyway, back to Lacroix. Richards, halfway inside his own half. Launches the ball up, looking for Mateta's run, but overplays it. It was covered off by Chalobah anyway. And it's outplay for Chelsea throw-in. About a little bit deeper than halfway inside of our own half here. Reece James to take it. 3-0 up and cruising. Make your substitutions. Anyway, Chelsea take the throw in short. Back to Sanchez. And he launched it over Esteval's head. Straight out of play for a Crystal Palace throw in by the halfway line. Richards takes it quickly to Lacroix. Inside his own half. Back to Richards, left back position. Back to Lacroix, getting pressed by João Pedro. Changes are oncoming from Chelsea, I believe. Back to the goalkeeper. He launches it high up towards halfway. Ball goes beyond Mateta and Chalobah, but there's Andre Santos mopping up. And then Sanchez launches it to halfway line. Munoz just heads it up in the air to nobody. Enzo brings it down to find Cucurella. Ball over the top, looking for Pedro Neto. He's going to find him in behind Munoz. Neto holds the ball up. Step over, comes inside. Trying to find a give and go with João Pedro, but João Pedro got his feet mixed up. But Chelsea trying to nick the ball away from Wharton. They can't, and Wharton plays the ball over the top to nobody. Pino and Mateta were looking for it, but he overplayed it straight through to Robert Sanchez, who gives it to Chalobah, who then gives it to Andre Santos, to Casido. Santos. Chalobah, Casido, Santos, little triangles. Pedro Neto. Casido, Santos. One more. Badiashile. Sanchez. Chalobah. We're trying to get them to come on to us to play through them, basically. It's just easy at the minute. Now Wharton goes in and fouls. Just brought down Andre Santos. It's been booked Wharton. He's just brought down Santos outside of our penalty box.
Now the changes, here they come. Malo Gusto, Jamie Gittins are coming on. Anyway, Chelsea just take the free kick, just playing across the back defensive line again, involving Sanchez, edge of his own box. Sanchez plays through between defenders, and then João Pedro gives it straight to somebody else. Pino, well done, Reece James steps in to win it off of him, and then Wharton's just caught Casido, and Wharton's off. Wharton's just caught Casido for the second time, and now Wharton's off. Wharton's just got sent off for stupid challenges. He got booked to Casido 10 minutes ago. He's done another one a minute ago on Andre Santos, and he's just done Casido again. So, frustration, unfortunately, for Wharton. He'll learn that. He's a better player than that, but he's now off. And now Glasner's not exactly impressed. So, Wharton, first red card this season, he's off. The floodgates will open. He's caught him. Stupid and reckless from Wharton. It really is. He's left his foot there. His follow through has caught him. Has caught Casido. And with that, Glasner walks over to is it Hughes? And to say, oh, you have to get ready. So looking at the Palace directors and that, and Steve Parish has disappeared. Anyway, they're making changes, Palace. Anyway, Chelsea made changes as well. Fofana's come on. Fofana's on for someone. So Gittins comes on for somebody else. Neto's gone off as well. Let's just have a look at all these changes. Oh, Steve Parish is back. Toilet break. So let's have a look what these changes are. I think it's Esteval for Gittins. I think it's Malo Gusto. Esteval and Neto off. Gittins and Gusto are on, but Fofana's also. Yes, Esteval's come off and he's just gone past the Chelsea fans, applauding them. Anyway, Fofana's come on, and who's got Reece James is still playing. Casido's gone off. So Fofana's come on and Reece James gone inside. And Malo Gusto's also on. So at the moment, we've got Badiashile and Chalobah at centre-back. We've got Fofana playing right-back. We've got Cucurella playing left-back. We've got James and Andre Santos as the midfield two. We've got Enzo Fernandez, Malo Gusto and Jamie Gittins as the three. Oh, no, we give the ball away, edge of our penalty box. And Palace put it wide. Brennan Johnson puts the ball wide. Chelsea just mucking about the ball on the edge of our own penalty box here. Sanchez gives it to Reece James, who gives it straight to Brennan Johnson. And lucky enough, he went across James, to be fair, and got a deflection on it. And it's gone over for a Palace corner. Yes, the attacking three in behind João Pedro up front is Enzo Fernandez, Malo Gusto, and Jamie Gittins. I'd like to see Delap. I'm sure Delap's on the bench. I want to see Delap playing the last 15 minutes. Get a goal. Anyway, Palace have brought two more players on. That's 4 changes. I ain't got a clue who this dude is. I know the other one's Hughes. Anyway, Palace has got a corner from the right-hand side, and Pino's going to take it from our right-back position, from their left wing. Cross comes in. Evades everyone, just falls down, and then what's happened here? No fouls, come towards the back post. Over everybody. Cucurella went down, nothing was given. Chelsea goal kick. Honestly, have a look at that Lacroix, by the way. That Palace defender. You look at a picture of him, and to me, he's a cross between Saliba and Rio Ferdinand. Facially. He's got Ferdinand's mouth and Saliba. Anyway, Chelsea bring the ball out from the back, out to Fofana. He gives it to Chalobah. Bottom of the centre circle is Andre Santos. Had a good game, Santos. Finds Enzo Fernandez. Back inside to Andre Santos. Fernandez. Reece James, bottom of the centre circle. Fofana.
Back to Chalobah, to Andre Santos with space, plays it out to the left-hand side to Enzo Fernandez. Back inside to Andre Santos. Reece James, ball played up to João Pedro. He's turned. He's tried to flick the ball away from the defender, but the defender stepped in. Back to Henderson, who shanks his clearance. And Reece James going to chest it down. Out wide, looking for Malagusto. Pino won it off him, but run it out of play. They threw the ball down the floor in disgust. Pino. Hughes and Riyad have come on for Palace. Johnson and Munoz went off. Johnson's disappointing, I'll tell you. Brennan Johnson, he's been awful. Anyway, who cares? Chelsea playing the ball, bottom of the centre circle, just inside our own half here at the minute, and it's Andre Santos, Badiashile, Andre Santos, back to Chalobah, Andre Santos, Chalobah to Badiashile, forcing Palace to work hard with 10 men. Sanchez, Badiashile, Santos, just walking pace. 3-0 down and the game's won. Reece James now collects the ball from Sanchez. Gives it to Fofana to Chalobah. Palace are looking to press with 4 players, but there's a huge gap between them and the rest of their team. And we play it forward to Enzo Fernandez. Just as on our own half here at the minute. Malagusto, Andre Santos, Reece James. Fofana over halfway, right back position, drives forward Fofana. He's got Gittins on the overlap. Gives it out to Gittins. Holds the ball up, goes round the defender against Sosa. Does well, Gittins. Does very well to hold it up. Malagusto, Reece James, Andre Santos, Enzo, Malagusto trying to flick it through to João Pedro, but Palace close it out. Trying to play out up to Mateta, but there he is again. Andre Santos steps in front, sniffs out the danger. I love Andre Santos as a player. Brilliant player. Casido's obviously the highest rated in that position, but Andre Santos is so underrated for me. Anyway, Reece James, centre circle. Little give and go. 1-2 with Badiashile. Picks it back up again. Gives it Andre Santos. Gets it back. Malagusto. James. Enzo Fernandez. Left wing Cucurella. Back to Enzo. Inside is Reece James. Chelsea making the extra man count. Malagusto's giving it away. Palace with Lerma trying to play out. Chelsea win it. Somebody else is coming on for Chelsea. Not sure who it is, but someone else is about to come on. Reece James, centre circle. Andre Santos. Fofana. 5 yards inside of our half here. James. Enzo. Back to James. Andre Santos. Centre circle. One more to his right. Fofana. Gittins collects it. Sosa's up his arse. He comes inside. Trying to find João Pedro, but João Pedro wasn't alive to it. And Palace play up to Mateta. And Andre Santos tries to win it the first time. He can't win it. Then James fouls Will Hughes. Just over halfway. Free kick to Palace. James is coming off. James is coming off. And Acheampong's coming on. They're replaying the penalty incident again for some reason. I don't know why. I'm looking at the bloke who went off. He's on the bench. Oh, it's Hayto's coming on. Jarrell Hayto comes on. I thought it was Acheampong. It's Hayto. So he's on. Free kick to Palace. Pino's going to take it. Chelsea holding the line 5 yards outside their penalty box. Pino plays it out to the back post. They got a runner. They get the header in on goal, but Sanchez collects it nice and simple. Looks to roll it out quick. Thinks second of it. And then goes the other side to Enzo Fernandez, who collects it. Hayto. To Fofana. Hayto. Playing like midfield role. Andre Santos. Badiashile. Little 1-2s with Enzo Fernandez. Andre Santos. Hayto. Bottom of the centre circle. Malagusto.
makes himself available. Under pressure, so goes back to Fafana. Back to Chalobah. Under pressure from Mateta. Goes one more to Badiashile. Palace are pressing as a unit. Back to Sanchez. Lets it go beyond him. Over Sosa's head to Gittins. He tried to head it inside to Malagusto, but he couldn't. And the ball's played up to João Pedro. Heads it out to Gittins, who brings it down under pressure from two Palace players. Gittins, can he get around them? No, he can't. Pino over halfway, left-hand side. Left wing, held up by Gusto. Has to go back. Lacroix. Richards. Out to Will Hughes. Hughes. Back to Lacroix. Inside his own half here. Out up towards halfway to Sosa. Back to just playing along their back line, going backwards here, Palace. Chelsea doing well as a unit to work them forward. They've gone away back to Dean Henderson. Out of his feet. Launches it forward, looking for Mateta. Up against Badiashile. Beats Badiashile to it. Heads it down, but to nobody. And Chelsea mop up and play the ball backwards. Mateta's not happy. Thinks should have a free kick, but there was no free kick coming. Chalobah. Andre Santos. Hato. Enzo. Badiashile. Chalobah. Chelsea's playing out time here. 3-0, game's won. Palace down to 10 men. Good second half performance. Real good. Len, that Wharton's a good player, but he just lost his head. Had a 5-minute spell, he lost his head. He'd already been booked and gave 2 silly free kicks away. Referee had no choice. Anyway, Chelsea's continued to play keep ball. It's gone back to Sanchez. He plays it out for Fafana. Malagusto to Gittins. Ball inside to Andre Santos. Dinks it forward. João Pedro flicks it on. Beats the defender, but Richards is there on the cover. And Dean Henderson launches it forward. I want Chelsea to go for the kill here. I know it's 3-0 and game 1. But go for broke here. Andre Santos. Hato gives away a free kick. Unlucky Hato. Playing midfield for 10 minutes or so. And now Delap's coming on. So João Pedro's coming off. Liam Delap's coming on for 8 minutes. Sorry, 6 minutes plus injury time. Bring him on. As soon as it went to 3-0, bring him on. Give him half hour. João Pedro's got his goal today. And Palace make a change. Mateta's gone off for Palace as well. So Mateta off. So another free kick to Palace. Another high line from Chelsea. This time 10 yards outside the penalty box. Pino's gone for a shot from there to try and fool everyone. It's gone over the bar. Palace fans just laughing at what he's just tried to do there for some reason. Glasner, it's all turning against him, unfortunately. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, Sanchez gives it to Badiashile, gets it back and gives it back to him. Badiashile. Back to Sanchez, literally standing on the D outside his penalty box with the ball at his feet. Palace just standing still, waiting for him to play it. Badiashile, Enzo, Badiashile. Ucha's come on for Palace. Sanchez, under pressure, has to launch it out of play. Throw into Palace. Sosa takes it quickly. Palace inside to Lerma. Under pressure. Goes back to Lacroix. Delap's after him. Richards plays it forward. Looking for Ucha. He can't get there. Chelsea going to win second ball. They don't. And they little 1-2s. And Palace have done well. So went over halfway. Pino, wide left it. Sosa. Gusto's with him. Cross comes in towards the back post. And Chalobah steps out and just wins a big header to head the ball away. We're throwing to Palace another long one inside the penalty box. And it is Richards to take it. Deary me. Now you just think, just blow the whistle, ref, this is done. But you can't. Honestly, Chelsea get a fourth. Liam Delap. That's what I want. Anyway, throwing from Richards comes in towards the near post. They flick it on, win the first ball. We win the second ball. Lacroix brings it down and shoots and forces a save from Sanchez at his near post. And good save, Sanchez. Very good save, to be fair. Lacroix got the first flick on. The second ball comes out to him, brings it down, takes one touch out of his feet and shoots. Decent effort, I have to say. Anyway, everyone from Palace is pushed in there. Chelsea defending. There's 3 players on Sanchez. 3 players on the penalty spot and 2 outside the box. Cross comes in towards the back post. Sanchez can't get there. The ball is saved on the goal line. And then Palace do score. They've scored. Richards has scored. Chelsea's clean sheet has gone up to Swanee and he's doing his nut, Sanchez. Rightly so. The cross was good from the corner, right to the back post, and someone had a free header, and Sanchez kept it out somehow. Let's see it again. There's a Chelsea player down on the goal line. Sanchez gets the ball away. Let's have a look. Enzo's on the goal line. Sanchez keeps the ball just about out of play from the initial header from Lerma. It comes to a Palace player, and he has a shot, and it deflects off the Chelsea player, hits the person who's had a shot in his face. It actually hits him in the hand. And it goes up in the air. Richards on the back post, and he just heads it down to the far post, scores. And Sanchez is doing his pieces. Absolutely doing his nuts, Sanchez. But, yeah, they couldn't. It's a bit of a mess, but Palace have scored, and the goal stands. It does stand as well. That's a shame. That's put a bit of a dampener on it. Anyway, Sanchez wanting his clean sheet. He's not going to get it now. Palace, of course, they're up, aren't they? Palace, they're now trying to get all over us. We've given the ball away. Halfway line. Now it comes out to Chalobah, just launches it high, and Delap was after it, but Richards heads it back to Henderson. Palace with 1 minute and 10 seconds of normal time to go. Out to their centre-back, back to Lacroix, penalty spot. Delap's after him. He tries to play it up. Cucurella gives a stupid free kick away. Chelsea, don't lose your discipline. So Enzo and Lerma are doing it again. They're at it again. So Lerma just did this. So he's got booked for it. Somebody else has been booked now. So Lerma went in on Andre Santos. And he's asking for Santos to be booked. That's why he's been booked. Andre Santos is now with him. Telling him, I don't know what you're talking about or whatever. But Enzo and him have got right beef. It's ongoing all game. All game. Anyway, it's a Palace free kick after that. In their own half. And Henderson takes it. Launches it high. Palace win the first ball. They then second ball back in towards the edge of our penalty box, and Chelsea come away with it. Trying to play it forward, we can't. Will Hughes wins it. Another 9 minutes of added time. Jesus Christ. It's head tennis at the minute. Chelsea can't get the ball away. And then Delap. No, they win it back again. Then we go forward again with Hato. And then they drum it forward again. Then, big header that time over halfway for Chelsea. Up in the air by Sosa. Then Andre Santos with Lerma. And then Lerma leans on him and gives a free kick away. And it is a free kick as well. Santos been outstanding. He's such a good player, Andre Santos. He really, really is. He does the simple things well. He gets himself in the right position the whole time. Anyway, they're just really showing the reason why Lerma got booked, because he did that to referee. Anyway, Chelsea got a free kick just beyond the bottom of the centre circle inside our own half here. Back to Sanchez. Badiashile. Back to Sanchez. 8 minutes of injury time to go. Forest are beating Brentford 2-0 and Villa are beating Newcastle 2-0. Big result for Villa. Anyway, Palace playing out. Chelsea played the ball forwards to nobody. Pino on the halfway line. Goes bottom of the centre circle to Lacroix.
He turns back the way it's come and plays it his left-hand side. Gittins after it. Will Hughes playing a ball in between defenders, looking for a run. Chalobah's covered it off. Just volleys it up in the air. Fofana flicks it forward to no one. Will Hughes to Lerma. And then Fofana can't get there with Pino. The ball's lumped forward again. Headed tennis up in the air again. It's still being headed up in the air. Goes forward again. Then Badiashile steps in and volleys it up in the air. Then it... Oh, dearie me. Lerma they're just booting it forward up in the air, Palace, looking for something off a second ball. We deal with it. Malagusto right-footed. Right back position up to Delap. He can't hold it up. He goes back to Richards. Been pressed by Enzo and goes back to the goalkeeper, Henderson. Edge of his own penalty box with loads of time, Dean Henderson. Out of his feet and launches it out to our left back position. Cucurella can't get there first time, but will get there second time over his head. Finds Enzo and he plays it forward to Delap. Delap now up against Lacroix. Holds the ball up. Out to left-hand side, Delap. Level the edge of the penalty box. He drills the ball, unfortunately to nobody, across the penalty box. Unlucky though, Delap. Badiashile beats Uche to the ball. Then Enzo steps there ahead of Will Hughes. Cucurella to Enzo. Enzo inside to Hato. Back to Enzo. Back to Cucurella. Up to Hato up the line. Out of play. Chelsea throw-in. Right in front of the benches. Taken by Cucurella to Delap. Holds the ball up on the byline. Does really well, Delap. 1-2s with Cucurella. João Pedro apparently is the man of the match. Apparently. I don't know why. Don't think he played all that great. He scored a good goal, but that was it. Anyway, Chelsea trying to play up the line and Palace come away with it. The bloke who's come on at centre-back has done quite well there. Gone back to Henderson. Took it off Gittins' feet. Back to Henderson, penalty spot. Henderson again. Launches one high. Chalobah just eases Uche out the way. And then Fofana, but there's offside given. Free kick to Chelsea. It's about 5 yards outside the penalty box. Yeah, he got the pen, but apart from that, I think Andre Santos has been best player on the pitch. Anyway, Badiashile launches one up to halfway. Delap holds off Lacroix, or tries to. Nothing given. Palace mop up. First and second ball back to Dean Henderson. And he gets it. Well done, Enzo Fernandez. Shuts him down. And he gets rid of it. Cucurella heads it down only as far as Hughes. He flicks it into Uche up front. Holds off. Badiashile first time. Goes out to the right-hand side, our left. Cross comes in. Deflects off a Cucurella to Chalobah. He gets the ball away. Flicked by Hato to Enzo Fernandez. He goes down on the byline for a challenge by Lacroix. Referee says nothing in it. Pino collects it. Finds Uche. Cross comes into no one. Over everyone's head to Sanchez. Gittins is on his bike. Sanchez holds him up. Just holds the ball up and says, no. Slow it down. And he does. Gives it to Malagusto. Gusto up to Delap with Lacroix. Does well. I'm just unlucky. He tries. He held off Lacroix, but the other one come round the corner and got it off his toes. Back to Henderson. 4 minutes of injury time to go. God dear. Ball played for by Palace. Volleyed away by Malo Gusto. Palace won it on halfway line. Pino up against Gusto. Turns away from him. Tries to play a ball in behind, but Chelsea win it back. And well done, Andre Santos. Malo Gusto. He's just launched it up in the air to no one. And then Lerma's with Gittins. Palace win it. We win second ball. Goes up in the air again. Delap, well done, steps in. Hato, brilliant ball, finds Enzo Fernandez. Left-hand side. Gittins is with him inside. Enzo, step over. Goes on the overlap. Has to hold the ball up, though. Defended him well to push him wide. Now, Enzo with Sarr. Still got the ball at his feet. Then Will Hughes comes in to win it off him. Enzo went down looking for a free kick. He wasn't going to get it. And well done. Well done, Badiashile. Up against Uche, steps in. Tries a little dummy. And plays it out of play for a Palace throw-in. 10 yards inside their own half. Enzo's put a shift in today, I tell you. He really has. It's gone back to Dean Henderson in goal. Henderson. Out to Lacroix. 10 yards outside his box. And he plays it left-hand side to the left side of centre-back. Don't know who he is. And he plays ball at the line looking for Uche. But it's covered off by Chalobah, who plays it back out this side to get in. So goes back to Malagusto, who knees it forward. And Lerma steps in front of Hato to Will Hughes. Lacroix, left-hand side here to Pino. Plays up to Uche. 3 Chelsea players around him. Deflects out to Ismail Assar. Hughes, one more wide right to Richards. Cross comes in. Away by Malagusto. Only as far as Lacroix. Chelsea have one back behind the ball. Pino. Sosa's on his outside. Goes with him. Sosa, byline. Cross comes in. Headed away at the back post. Chelsea make it life difficult for ourselves here. We take the foot off the pedal at 3-0. Will Hughes goes beyond Enzo Fernandez, driving forward, and there's Andre Santos to put a big foot in and force the ball away to the byline. Throw into Crystal Palace again. Another long throw. Probably halfway inside. Well, no, it's level with the edge of the 6-yard box. Level the edge of the penalty box, the width of it. Across the throwing comes in. Big header up in the air by Fofana. Cooker had a second header away. Then eventually away by Andre Santos. Pino collects the ball, left-hand side. Cross comes in towards the back post, but headed up in the air by Fofana on the edge of the box. It falls to a Palace player. They're trying to play little 1-2s. They line up to have a shot here. Chelsea trying to deal with it. Force them out wide. Byline. Lacroix drives one in and blocks at the near post by Fofana. And then eventually just knocked away. And Delap's going to go with Will Hughes to try and win it off him. And Hughes just turns away from him. 30 seconds to go. Palace play it forward. And they flick it out his left-hand side here. Pino again on his right foot. Cross comes in towards the far post. Sarr wins the header. But brilliant save by Sanchez. Reads it, just goes and collects it and gives the ball away to Malo Gusto. Inside to Andre Santos. Plays the ball, big raking ball out left-hand side to Enzo Fernandez, who brings it down brilliantly well. Chelsea win it. That's it. It's a game over. Game over. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 3. Excellent performance from Chelsea, especially in their second half. First half was a battle, and we had to earn the right to try and get our nose in front. The goal come from nothing, from Esteval. A bad back pass from Palace, and Esteval was on it and finished it with aplomb. And then, obviously, the second half, the first 15 minutes, we got 18 minutes. So we got 2 goals to kill the game off. A great one from Esteval that flicks the ball over the top round the corner to João Pedro. He goes in down the penalty box on the right-hand side. The defender comes across, Wharton comes across, and João Pedro holds it up. It just comes back on his left foot, drills it between the goalkeeper's legs to make it 2-0. And then the penalty's given. Yeah, the penalty's then given because ball goes over for the Reece James on the right-hand side, across towards the back post. João Pedro chests it down, has a shot. It hits the defender's arm, and as he comes forward, hits his arm again and takes the ball away from the goal. And it is given a penalty, and Enzo Fernandez steps up to make it 3-0. Crystal Palace had a big early chance. Mateta on 7 minutes. He shot straight at Sanchez. Should have put it in the bottom corner, but he didn't. Chelsea had a couple of chances where we just over the bar or wide. There was sort of nothing real apart from Mateta early. There was no sort of clean-cut opportunities, really, until that Esteval from absolutely nothing. And Villa have just won 2-0 at Newcastle. A big result for Villa. Massive performance for them and a great result for them. Anyway, Chelsea are up to 4th, I think it is. Behind Villa, about 7 points behind them. We're 4th as it stands. We need Man United to either draw or lose against the Arsenal to stay in 4th place. But a good result from Chelsea in a dodgy game, Palace away. Good result and a good performance. So thank you so much for watching. If you can smash the like button for me, if you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in today. 8,000 views on this stream, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Chelsea have got a big 3 points that push us up to 4th, 37 points. We are 9 points beyond Aston Villa, and Man City. And Man United are 2 points behind us. If they beat the Arsenal, they go above us and we go down to 5th. If it's a draw, we remain 4th. Anything other than a Man United win, we stay 4th. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching the stream. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Let's watch this next game and hope they kick lumps out of each other. And anyway, Chelsea have gone down South London, and turned up with all 3 points. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Esteval, João Pedro and Enzo Fernandez with the goals. See you all next time. Thanks for tuning in. See you, everyone.